Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah and I am an energy reader. Today I am picking up on the energy of a collective that I have spoken to many times in the past, and I'm picking up on the energy of someone who is struggling to move forward after leaving a high control group. Now this group might be a community group or a friend group, a family group. This could even be a high control religious group. And that's really kind of what I'm picking up on with the religious group. In particular, some of the cards just kind of lean that way, but let's see what unfolds here. I am picking up on someone who made a lot of mistakes when they were in their younger years, to the point where if they were in a high control religious group, that perhaps they were punished in some way for that, or maybe they were speaking their truth and the group did not approve of the way that they were speaking, and so they were removed from the group. I'm feeling like you walked away from it, but it still means something to you. Like maybe you walked away from it because you felt like you couldn't measure up to the standards that were put in place. You got the Eight of Cups here, and that's usually the card of walking away from something that no longer serves you. You also have the Two of Cups here, and the Two of Cups usually can be like a partnership with someone. It doesn't have to be a romantic partnership. It can even be a relationship with like a business partner or something that you're planning on building with another person. It could be a relationship. But I am picking up on it more like an inner turmoil, because we do have the Devil card. And this is asking, what am I using to avoid feeling? So a lot of times the Devil card is like a toxic addiction or behavior that a person might be struggling with. And with all the cups energy, I'm seeing that these are like an emotional sort of trouble that someone is going through. You might be having a hard time trusting yourself. Every part of your journey that you're going through is just revealing who you're about to become. You clearly have change in the future. This card speaks of change, transformation, newborn, or evolution. So you might be changing things about yourself, your environment, your situation. You might be trying to learn from the mistakes that you made, but you're not trying to stay in that situation. You grapple with it. You kind of go back and forth. You're not really sure if you want to stay in that situation or if you want to move forward on a new path. And so what's in the background that is troubling you? Is it maybe a broken heart with the Three of Swords here? And the Three of Swords is heartbreak, but it doesn't have to just be like a romantic relationship. It could be a heartbreak that you've lost people in your life. I'm really picking up on this early drug, alcohol usage. Like maybe you were a person that experimented with drugs and alcohol at a very young age, and it like quelled something in you that was making you feel a lot of anxiety, and maybe you drank or smoked cigarettes or weed or something like that in order to calm calm the storm that was within you. I think that you grappled with this quite a bit with the Two of Swords. And again, I still feel like that's something in you, like you've left physically, but there's something about this situation that makes you want to go back because you feel like maybe now that you're in a different place that you could make this work. Maybe you've got a lot of pressure coming from family members or people that are still in the group that want you to come back. You've also got the Hanged Man. So you've contemplated, you've thought about this, and you're ready to make a decision. I'm really feeling that, you've been kind of collecting this energy. You've been weighing all of the costs of returning. And perhaps you know that if you're going to go back to this group, you're going to have to make changes in order to fit back in. And so you might want to ask yourself, is this even a situation that will still be good for me? And ask yourself why you might want to go back. Is it because you're afraid and lonely? Or is it because you still feel like you have to do maybe what your parents told you, or maybe it's a friend or maybe it's even like responsibilities that you feel like that's what you're supposed to do. Let's get some more cards, okay? Let's see where this is going for you. So we want to ask, what fear is limiting you at this time? What fear is limiting you at this time? The fear limiting you at this time is the Five of Cups. So you've been thinking long and hard about this decision. And you're feeling heartbroken because you just don't feel like you can make a change at this time. You do have the Sun, which is a very positive card. It's the most positive card in the tarot deck. And so that makes me a little bit more feeling positive about this outcome. The Sun is supportive. The Sun is, some might even say it's God's hand or Spirit's hand. So that's something to think about. What else has Spirit got to tell us? The Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles tells me that you've been doing your work, you've been doing your homework, mapping things out for yourself. What else does Spirit have? Okay, again, you have the Devil card. So there's something here that is really keeping you stuck. And I feel like it's an addiction or some sort of toxic behavior that's keeping you very stuck. And again, maybe you are engaging in this behavior because you're lonely, because the group has cut you off, perhaps. Maybe there's some shunning or public humiliation rituals happening to you. Maybe people are calling you a willful sinner. I'm feeling that phrase keeps coming up, willful sinner. Like people kind of expect this from you. Maybe you've always been sort of like a scapegoat or a black sheep of some type. On the bottom of the deck, you have the High Priestess. So that tells me that you are connected in many ways to something higher. You use your intuition, and definitely lean into the intuition. This is a positive aspect of this situation. Okay, so a few more cards. Let's see. Okay, so the Seven of Cups tells me that you often fantasize about the way things could be if you could just get everything settled just so. Or maybe you have like a lot of choices to choose from, and you're trying to make the best decision going forward. Perhaps there's a new relationship, or maybe you have agreed to go back to this situation in order to have a place to stay. And the Four of Wands tells me that there is success coming for you. It's like a new beginning. I think of the Four Wands are like 11, the number 11. That's might be a number you're seeing quite a bit, is 11 or ones. And you have the King of Pentacles here. Sometimes the King of Pentacles makes me think of like an authority figure that's very grounded in your life. It could even be like someone you respect, but aren't sure where you stand with them. You have the Eight of Wands, which is fast movement going forward. I see too that there's been some fighting in this connection or in this situation, maybe winning at all costs. So this is the Five of Swords, and I think of my experiences in a high control group. There's a lot of rules as to how people can communicate with you if they so choose to. In my situation at the time, there was very little communication because that was forbidden. But maybe I know that the rules in my personal background have changed. I know that now those people who have left can be spoken to as long as it's about the religious doctrine or being invited to attend church services again or meetings. So maybe someone's reached out to you and has said, there's a special event coming up, or maybe you attended a special event like Easter or a memorial service or something like that, or a funeral, or you've reconnected in some way with this group of people, and it made you want to possibly go back to the situation. Now that time has passed, maybe rules have changed, and you feel like maybe now you can go back to the situation and do a better job. And the cards are asking you to just really, I think that this Two of Cups is more like an agreement between you and the religion. Like when you get baptized, for instance, in the religion I was in, that's like a covenant. That's like an agreement that you're making with the organization, that you will hold the name of the organization in a holy way. And if you can't, then you know that you will be cut off or disfellowshipped or punished in some way. I'm also picking up that you were very young when you made this decision, like maybe a young teenager, and then perhaps you fell into some sort of wrongdoing or fornication. Maybe you fell into a group of people that you thought were your friends, but it turned out that because they were children of the authority group, they did not get punished, but you did. I'm picking up on that too. Again, this may not resonate for everyone. I know this is a very sort of narrow lens on a situation, but that's the energy that I'm picking up on. Let's see what else Spirit's got. Let's use, let's do the threads of karma cards. All right. And the card we have is cultivate courage. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's the ability to move forward despite it. So you might be feeling like in order to go back to this situation, maybe this is not for everyone, but maybe you feel like the idea of going back to this situation is putting you in a state where you feel as if you need to abuse alcohol, drugs, or some other numbing agent for you. I keep hearing willful sinner, deserving of eternal destruction. When you grow up in a high control group or are part of one, over time, you are worn down with doctrine and the belief of the religious group. And that was one thing that maybe this is your situation as well, is that you're afraid of Armageddon coming. You see the things happening in the world around you, and you're afraid that maybe the family was right. Maybe the end is coming, and you are very afraid of that because perhaps you haven't done the inner healing that is required in order to leave those limiting beliefs behind. Let's get an inner child oracle for you and see what advice that the cards have for you at this time. And again, thank you so much for joining me today. If you like this topic, I know it's kind of narrow, but if it resonates with you, please leave me a comment and let me know how it resonated, or if this situation made sense to you. Let's get one card here, Spirit. Let love guide you. Choose to see the good in the world today. There is good in the world. And of course, you must do what works for you. But just know that being a part of a high control group, no matter what the belief is, if it's politics, if it's religion, if it's social, cultural, all the boxes there, just be sure that no one is stepping over your authority of your own life and body and spirit. And make sure that no one is trying to control you in any way. Oftentimes religious groups control. It's been that way since religion was formed, right? Take away the rights of those who are just trying to live their lives in order to control them. Make them be afraid of the rules. And if they don't follow the rules, then they'll be harmed in some way. And that's how it's been for millennia. And so that's the trouble with the high control groups, is that when they are controlling all aspects of your life, some might even call that cultish behavior, So just be careful. But of course, it's always your decision, right, to make. Let me get you one other card here. This is what is called a goddess oracle. And they're very colorful and beautiful, but they're kind of sassy too. And I think that maybe you need a little bit of sassy advice at this time, because it sounds like you're just in between and you're really struggling. And especially with the addiction card showing up, it doesn't have to be like drugs or alcohol. It can be even food or gambling, pornography, whatever. You know, we all have things that we use in order to numb our true emotions. And the best thing we can do is to look inward and maybe find a good therapist to speak to, or journal, do some meditation, and try to sit with why you feel like you need to belong to a group of people that are trying to diminish who you are. So the card we have for you today is Solo Goddess. Alone? No. Untamed. This is your era to glow for you. It's a throne for your wild, wonderful self. So let's take a wisdom of the oracle for you. And I pulled new life. And let me just read real quick for you what that means. The new life is a birth of new ideas, growth, opportunities, a breath of fresh air, and life renewing itself. So in this situation, we're going to read the protection message. You must acknowledge your inexperience and gently allow yourself to be like the delicate new bud opening. It's okay to admit you may not know something. You are at the beginning of things and haven't yet hit your stride. Be immersed in the newness of it all and don't try to rush the learning process. New life has its own timetable for maturity. Be here now. Life loves you. So that's new life. And let us get you a life messages oracle card. Just a little parting advice for you on your way out. And if you like this video, please like it and subscribe. I'm trying to build my channel. My background is with working with high control groups, high control religious groups. I was a Jehovah's Witness for 35 years and left when I found out some upsetting news about CSA that the organization keeps secret from its members. And I've been out of that group for about 15 years, but the repercussions are devastating for those who leave because they are shunned. This card says, never alone. My bond with God, Spirit, the divine, and the angels is a flame that lights my heart no matter the darkness around me. This connection is the foundation of my inner strength, giving me faith that all things align for my highest good. I trust the universe for guidance, knowing I will always receive its help and protection. I am never alone. So that's your message for today. You're not alone. And you might be feeling like you are, but the truth is that going back to a situation that made you question who you are is probably not the answer. Definitely do some real inner work and thinking about where this could end up for you. I definitely wish you the best. And of course, it's always your own decision what to do with what you've got, right? But my heart is with you, and it was a pleasure to read for you today. And I hope that this reading helped you a little bit. So I hope you have a great day. Bye.